Good morning. It is Friday morning. I am live, me and Cody. Just me and Cody, and we're live. Dorothy's not here with us, so I'm going to be rocking the show solo. So hopefully you guys can hear me. We're just going to wait a few seconds because we're going to have some other people tuning in. Oh, there I am live. Sweet. All right, Friday morning. I'm excited. We've got lots to go over. There's a lot of people not feeling well at this time. So I thought what better time than now to talk about supporting your immune system. So I've got lots of tips and takeaways. This was inspired because I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm okay with that. I'm not struggling much at all. I'm just not feeling 100%, and I think a lot of people are, so that's what we're going to talk about today. I should probably check my volume here. If you guys are listening, let me know if you can hear me. If you are watching the replay, let me know in the comments that you're watching the replay. Oh, lovely. Looks like I got kicked out Facebook. So usually when I stop talking, Dorothy starts talking, but obviously she's not here. So we're going to talk about, I got a little list here. And I'm not usually a list person, but I thought it might be nice. Oh, there I am. I thought it might be nice to be a little bit more prepared and have a list of what I can talk about, because you never know who's going to be in here asking questions. Questions always help, by the way. If you guys are hanging out with us or with me this morning, feel free to ask some questions. Let me know how you're doing with your immune system, because I know it's a challenging time. Oh no, it looks like there's a handful of you in here. Let me know where you guys are listening from. I know we have a lot of people that often listen from Alberta. Alberta is a deep freeze. I saw this entertaining meme, and it was like, what did it say? Something like someone opened up the freezer, and it was like, Canada or Alberta is in the freezer. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, let me know in the comments where you're watching from, because it's always nice to know who is watching and from where. So this morning I got my tea. This is my Trueform mug. We're going to have these mugs here for sale soon, so let me know if you guys want a mug, and we'll put you on the short list. Good morning, Dorothy. This is funny. You're usually right next to me now, aren't you? Share. So yeah, today I'm gonna, Dorothy, I was just saying I got a list, and I see you stole my diffuser. I did. I have all the diffusers going. There's a diffuser here. This is just to show you what I got. There's a diffuser right there. And then there's a diffuser in the other room as well. So I'm going to be diffusing. We're diffusing lots. Share. I'm just sharing this post. I see Cody. Yeah, it's just me and Cody this morning. I was saying that Cody's going to hold it down for you. He's very excited, and he's happy to be here. Even if you can't tell that he's excited, that's his excited face. Don't always laugh at me because I laugh at my own jokes, but I'm funny. And I figure if no one else is laughing, at least I am. You know, one of my favorite quotes is Dan Millman's quote. I'm a big Dan Millman fan. He said that if you doubt just one person, oh, I lost it. I'm sorry, if you have just one opponent, okay, you guys ready? I'm going to try again. If you have just one opponent and you doubt yourself, I haven't quoted this in a while. If you have just one opponent and you doubt yourself, you're already outnumbered. So think about that next time you laugh at me for laughing at my own jokes. So I'm not outnumbered, obviously. All right, so I'm going to go over oils. I'm going to talk about some oils. You can ask if you have oil questions. You can ask them in the comments below. Then Dorothy will come back and answer them. So I'm going to talk about oils this morning. I'm going to talk about a soup that I made, and it's absolutely delicious. Some people call that our detoxing soup, but I have a slight little twist. I have tea that I'm going to be talking about. Mindset. nutrition in general. And what was this other one? Hydration. And I think that's it. But so what can you, like, what are we going to learn? What are you going to get out of this short, I was going to call it a webinar, but we don't call it a webinar. Do people even do webinars anymore? Who sat through a webinar before? Can you let me know in the comments below? Because they are terribly boring. And I'm hoping that our morning show isn't terribly boring. But yeah, I think that those morning or those full webinars are like snoozers. So that's why we don't call them that. You're running out of space. Oh boy. Okay, ignore that. Yeah, excuse me. Can you? Oh my. I got this notification that says you are running out of space on your computer. I always run out of space on my computer, and it's so frustrating. I have to, like, because we do lots of videos and we do lots of content, so I have to continually delete stuff. It's frustrating. I wish they had like an external hard drive that would save a bunch of stuff. You know, I went through 3 external hard drives. They've all crashed. I still have them because I think I can get back the content, but I'm not able to do anything. Like, I can't save my stuff on the external hard drive anymore because they don't work. So that's not exciting. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm pretty much done here. Sharing this, see if we can get some people in here talking a bit, asking questions. I see Dorothy's in here. And she says, we have just a few diffusers. Yes, we do. We have lots of diffusers. Okay, so when we're going to get into it, if you're enjoying the show, hit the heart button. That really helps. Lets me know you're enjoying the content. And if you're in here with me, let me know. I see there's a handful of people in here. No one feels like talking this morning. That's perfectly okay. It'll just be me and Cody talking. I suppose he's over this shoulder back there. And okay, so what we have is, let's talk about oils first. So oils is not something I specialize in, but Dorothy does. So again, if you have questions about oils, you can always ask in the comments below, and she'll get back to you. One of my favorite, where's the, oh man, the Thieves is in the other room. Okay, I'm not going to get it. I'll start with Thieves. There's a lot of Thieves fans around. I was going to tell you what you're going to get out of the show. Like, I think many times we're not sure when we sit down. Like, we just kind of sit here and hang out and talk, which is great. I'm happy to do that as well. But for this show in particular, I want you to feel like, I want you to, once we're done the show, I want you to feel like you have more control of your health and more control of your well-being. Many times we don't feel well, our immune systems are weak or low, and we just kind of accept that. And then when it's like the season of not feeling well, and I'll explain why I don't use the word S-I-C-K, is because like we have that mindset of like, oh, that's going to happen. Like, I can't control that. That's just life. And I want you to feel more control of your health when we're done this little talk here. So this Friday morning live. So the first one I want to talk about is a few different oils that I use, or that we use in particular. So this one here is Immune Power, and it's fantastic. It doesn't smell great, but it's great. So it's great for when you're not feeling well, to prevent or to treat. I'm going to go through these quickly. RC is a great one, and that one will help clear up your breathing. I put that on my neck, for example. I put this one on my belly button and on my feet. And then I have Thieves, and I put that everywhere. Feet, behind my ears. I put that in my tea. I'll tell you about what's in my tea in a second here. But so those are the 3 that I recommend. And then I did have a bit of a headache because I said I hadn't been feeling great. And this is called Deep Relief. I'm not exactly sure what's in that. So Dorothy, maybe you can tell us in the comments. And I just rubbed that on the side of my head right there. All right. So that's just a quick rundown of oils. What we do with those is we diffuse them. That's why there's a diffuser right here. That one's not going. That's for presentation purposes only. I have a diffuser right there that I can see. That's a diffuser right beside the bed. And then there's a diffuser on the kitchen table. So even in this space right here, it's a small space, but there are diffusers everywhere. But think about that for a second. Like, I have the diffuser next to the bed. So I'm breathing in these different oils that can help improve your immune system. They can help clear out your breathing. They can help prevent, for example. So there's a lot of different things. I'm going to be able to get a good night's sleep when I'm not feeling well. But that's the thing. Sleep is a big one, and many times we need our bodies to we need to give our bodies a chance to heal, and we don't do that by continually not being able to sleep. And I think that comes, like, there's a whole realm of reasons why we're not sleeping, and it rarely has to do with just not feeling well. But in particular, when you're not feeling well, we have to do the things that we need to do, like put a diffuser in so we can sleep better, so we can heal, so we can rest and recover. Dorothy says, "What's in your diffuser right now?" So that's what I put in the diffuser. I put in Immune Power, I put in RC, and then I put in a drop of Thieves. So the Immune Power doesn't make it smell nice. Hey, Dorothy, can you diffuse oregano? Oregano is a big one. So oregano, I take a shot of oregano in the morning. It's so powerful. Sometimes it'll burn your throat, so you have to watch that. Like, I don't even know if I'd recommend that. But I would put that on my feet for sure. It's so strong. It's so powerful. It's a little bit dangerous. Quick story. This is a number of years ago. I didn't really know much about oils. Like, I thought they're all the same. And I couldn't breathe. I wasn't feeling well. So I got up in the middle of the night, went to put on some peppermint on my nose, and didn't really do the job. So I grabbed oregano, and my nose was like all like chapped and nasty from blowing it. And I put oregano on my nose. And I think they call oregano a hot oil. So I thought my nose was going to burn off. I think part of it did burn off. It's never grown back. This is only part of my nose. I feel like I got a pretty big nose. I got a big nose. It would be bigger if you didn't see the part that was burnt off. It was so painful. So oils are... Oh, you have to be careful with oils. I suppose you should say, like, if you get a drop of oil in your eyeball, for example, that's going to be a problem. So just pay attention to it. And I think that it's rarely a problem, but in some cases, everyone has a story or two where it's not like the best thing ever that happened in their life. So, oh wait, Dorothy's got a comment here. She says Deep Relief. So Deep Relief is what I use to, so it works really well. We really try to stay away from, like, we don't take any, almost zero pharmaceuticals, even when we're not feeling well. And I think that's something you have to pay attention to. Like, someone said the other day, like, oh, I wasn't feeling well, so I took some antibiotics. Like, that's not our thing. So if it's your thing, that's great. You should look at probiotics, prebiotics, all kinds of digestive enzymes. When you're taking antibiotics, it'll kill all the bacteria in your gut, and it'll take you longer to heal after the antibiotics than the actual illness, if you will. So you have to pay attention to what you're taking. And like I said, we don't take anything. We take a few supplements. That's all we take. We don't take any. Even when we have headaches or pain, we try not to try to stay away from aspirin, or what do you call it, Tylenol or Advil, whatever that stuff is. So that's just that's what we do. That's what we believe in. If you feel the need to take that stuff, then feel free. But I'm just sharing with you how we are. So Dorothy says Deep Relief is a blend oil. It's wonderful to help reduce pain. The two main ingredients is peppermint and wintergreen. Yeah, absolutely, it smells great. They should put some peppermint and wintergreen in Immune Power. Why would they? What's in Immune Power? Well, it looks like there's a few different things. Cumin seed. Immune Power is not smelling great. It's not wonderful. Dorothy says diffusing Thieves would smell much better. Yeah, 100%. I just wanted to get all the benefits. Thieves is great on its own, but I wanted Immune Power in there, and I wanted RC in there, so that's why I put them all together. Okay, so that's oil. So my tea real quick. So I put a drop of Thieves in my tea. I put honey, and I put lemon in hot water, and that's it. So my new kind of thing is kind of a joke, but sometimes when we go out to the restaurant, I don't like cold water. Like, it's been quite a while, and I've been doing a really good job. I had this like scratchy throat and this like odd cough for a long time, like months and months. And I was in Sri Lanka, and like the humidity really helped, and the food really helped. And they drank warm water or hot water with their spicy food, and it was like 35 degrees. plus humidity. So it was like, I didn't really understand. So I asked a few questions. I'm like, why is the water hot? Or I'm like, do you guys know the water is hot? So, and they said it's like an Ayurveda thing. I can never say that word. Ayurveda. Ayurvedic? At any rate, so that actually helps with digestion to drink warm water. And it's kind of funny, in North America, we're always like, can I get a cold glass of water? Or can I get a glass of ice water? And like, that doesn't help with your digestive system, number one. And number two, that really was bothering my throat. So anytime we go to a restaurant, I either had to order a tea or I had a cold water. In most places, they bring you water, and it's just the cold water. And that really irritated my throat. So we started, this is just recently. In many cases, I would just order a tea. I said, can I get a tea? And I just didn't really drink the water. I got an herbal tea. And then just recently, I started ordering hot lemon water. And it's such a great idea because sometimes I didn't want a tea. I just wanted water. I just didn't want cold water. And I didn't want to be like, could you give me warm water? And then another thing is that we don't drink tap water either. We drink filtered water. So I didn't want them to like run the tap on warm and put my glass under there. So I started asking for warm lemon water, and that's really helped with digestion and helps with my throat as well. So if you guys, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, I love lemon water. You should try to drink it. Excuse me. You should try to drink it all the time because most times, like you go to restaurants or you go to a friend's or family's house, they pour you cold water. Or a lot of times we keep water in the fridge. Water should be kept on the counter. And again, that's got to go, like if you want to have a better digest, some people are like, I don't want to drink warm water or hot water. Sometimes they want a cold glass of water. That's fine, but then you have to understand that you're going to you probably deal with some type of digestion issues. And most people don't know that they do. So any gas, bloating, indigestion, diarrhea, constipation, those are all digestion issues. So then people come to us all the time and they're like, oh, like I'm always gassy, I'm always bloated. So I might say, do you drink warm water? And of course, most people, like 98% of people wouldn't drink warm or hot water with a hot meal in North America. So that's important to understand, is that if you want to improve your health, you have to do something different. One of my favorite quotes is, if you want to do something you've never done, you must be willing to do something you never have. So understand that if you want to have a better digestive system, if you want to feel better, if you don't want to have diarrhea every time you eat, then maybe you ought to try something you haven't done before, because our whole digestive system needs to be reset. So I got some comments here. Thanks for the comments, guys. If you drink warm lemon water in the morning, let me know in the comments. Dorothy said thieves and orange. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yes, thieves and orange. Did I ask you about oregano? Can you diffuse oregano? I support all of Dorothy's posts. Awesome, Patricia. I know she appreciates your posts. Thanks for the comment. If you guys are watching, I'd love to know who's in here. You can say hi real quick. Dorothy said, I believe hot lemon water was Lindsay's idea. I think it was Lindsay's idea as well. I think it was. It's my new thing. I drink it every morning, and every time I go out, I was hanging out with Lindsay, Dorothy and I were hanging out with Lindsay, and she's like, drink some, why don't you just get some? I was like, oh, I said, I didn't really want to order, like, I didn't want tea, and I didn't want cold ice water, so I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't really want to order, can I get boiling water? And she's like, why don't you just get a hot lemon water? And I'm like, this is genius. So that's what I ordered, and I order it all the time now. I don't know all the time, like we don't go out that much, but Patricia says warm water. Word, so informative. Good job. Thanks, Patricia. Oregano, yeah, oregano. Whoop, whoop. Dorothy said, hi, Patricia, how's the deep freeze? I bet you haven't been able to run outside. Have you been able to run outside, Patricia? Are you that crazy? What's the temperature there? Can anyone tell me the temperature in Alberta? I heard it was like -40 or -50 in Edmonton. That is crazy. Look to the comments. Oh, look. Dorothy says, look to the comments for oregano details. Is that me? Thieves and oregano, diffusing thieves. Oh, got it. There you go. She said, I wouldn't choose to diffuse oregano, but I suppose you could. Would only need a couple of drops. Yeah, it's super powerful. So there's not much. Patricia says, no running, just turbo fire and leg workout. Thanks, Dorothy. Minus 38. That's insane. I am so glad I'm not there. I gotta tell you. There's nothing I miss about minus 30. Or minus 10 for that matter. So what's in my tea is hot water. Hot water. Then I put a wedge of lemon in there. I put 1 drop of Thieves. And then I put honey in there. So honey's good for immune system support as well. It's also soothing for your throat. So Thieves has tons of health benefits, and especially when you're not feeling well. And lemon is alkalizing as well. It's also detoxing. So we have a detox group coming up this weekend. We're going to start. So if you want to detox with us, like you can get rid of that gas and bloating. We have people that have tried our detox that have IBS. We have people that have all kinds of different allergies. So, and then we are like feeling horrible after the holidays, and I consider all the refined sugar, the processed food, the alcoholic drinks that we were going through during the holidays, and now that's kind of over with. But everyone's like so many people aren't feeling well now. So, I mean, of course, we believe they work hand in hand. So, if you want to get rid of all those symptoms and issues and build back your immune systems back up, you can reset your system with us. We're going to do a short detox. We can send you more details if you're interested. So let us know in the comments if you'd like to join us. That's going to get rocking. We're going to do something brand new as well. So it's not going to be a Facebook group. It's going to be a little different twist that we're going to be doing for the first time. So we're pretty excited about that. What did I get out? Patricia says, I get to watch your show, Drew. I haven't had kids much this week, so it's so cold. Oh my, I couldn't imagine. Perks. The perks of it being minus 40. Well, there's got to be a few. So you always got to see the brighter things in life, right? Brighter side. Okay, so that's what I have. That's what I'm drinking right now. So that's oils are over and tea's done. I got a list here, because they would be proud. I think Patricia tagged Natasha. Thanks for the tag, Patricia. If you guys are enjoying the show, you can hit the hearts button. And if you feel comfortable sharing this show with your audience, if I'm giving away any useful information at all, if you shared this show on your page, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so the next one is, let's just jump into hydration real quick. Like in most cases, we're not hydrated enough throughout the day. Like we walk around dehydrated, especially if you're drinking, like most people are drinking coffee, for example. It's a diuretic and it dehydrates you. It's not my opinion, that's a fact. So you have to look at dehydration. You have to also look at coffee. Coffee reduces your magnesium levels. Magnesium helps us perform at our optimal level, helps us sleep better, it helps us heal better, it helps with mental clarity. Tons of health benefits from a magnesium, from a good quality magnesium, and you have to look at what is preventing your body from being optimally. So you can look at coffee for doing that as well. So I'm not saying don't drink coffee. I'm just saying you have to drink more water. You have to take more nutrients into your body, like magnesium, for example. So that's when it comes to hydration. We have to look at the energy drinks, the refined sugar, the things that are stripping vitamins, minerals from our body. So like Coke, Pepsi, whatever, the pop soda, however you want to put it, that's also tearing our immune systems down. So what we can do is we can start being more hydrated throughout the day. We recommend 3 liters of water minimal. Most people don't drink 2 cups of water. I'm just telling you the truth. Like that's what we've seen. I've been around family members, friends for days, weeks at a time, and you rarely see them drink water. There's juice, coffee, pop, energy drinks. Sometimes there's tea. I would consider tea a good quality, I would consider an herbal tea to contribute to your hydration levels or increasing your hydration levels. So it's very important to stay hydrated. You have to flush out those toxins. We have to refill our cells. So we have all these little tiny cells, and we need to fill them, and they should be filled with water. Like our body is, everyone says something different, but our body's like 75% water. So our body, if we don't refill our cells with hydration, with clean fluids, our cells are like withered. They're like saggy. We need to like fill them back up, and we need to feel like alive and vibrant. I always feel like Green smoothies is something I'm going to talk about in a second here. But if you're fully hydrated, if you have the hydration you need, if you have the nutrients you need, you are alive, awake, and alert. And many times we're like miserable and tired and sluggish. So if you look at hydration alone and filling yourself back up with proper hydration, then we're like a plant. Like ever seen a plant? It's almost instantaneously. Like you have a plant that's wilty, and you're like, oh shoot, I forgot to water that plant, and you go water it. A few minutes later, that plant has like perked up. It's like alive. It's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's how we are when we have proper hydration. But the problem is we don't do that. And I would take that a step further and say the biggest problem is we don't know what it's like to feel hydrated. We've been dehydrated for our whole lives. And we have the odd day where we drink enough water, but that's probably because it's hot out. And then we're drinking cold ice water, but we feel a little bit more alive and alert. And then we stop drinking water the next day. So you have to understand that it's so important, especially for your immune systems, to stay hydrated throughout the day. Thanks for the hearts, whoever that was. Appreciate that. Saw some hearts popping on the screen there. So, and staying hydrated. You can tell if you're dehydrated if your pee is dark. The darker it is, the more dehydrated you are. So if your pee is like dark yellow, then you're dehydrated without question. So your pee should be clear, like white, early in the morning, like 10, 11 o'clock. You know that that way you know you're hydrated throughout the day. If it takes you till 6 o'clock at night to have clear pee or urine, then you've been dehydrated all day. And then some people like, oh, I'm dehydrated. Then it's 7 o'clock at night and they chug like 3 glasses of water and they're up peeing all night. Then they're like, oh, I can't drink too much water. It keeps me up all night. Like, why didn't you drink it at 10 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 7 o'clock at night? So, yeah, it's definitely important. What did Patricia say? I see a poop sign. Patricia, I feel like poop when I'm dehydrated. Listen to your body. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like everyone feels horrible, but they don't know. And it's the same thing with sleep. Like people are like, oh, all I need is 3 hours of sleep, and I feel great. Like, oh, they don't say they feel great. They're like, all I need is 3 hours of sleep, and I'm fine. And I'm like, have you ever had 8 hours of sleep? And like, oh no, I don't sleep that well. I don't need it though. Like, well, how do you know then? Like, how do you know that your body's not going to function much better with more sleep if you've never had it or never tried it? Same thing with hydration. Thanks for your comment, Patricia. Dorothy, I'm getting to you here. Not only is hydration good for your immune system, but it speeds up your metabolism as well. Yes, absolutely, without question. So if you don't love the taste of water, you can do things to it. Like you can put lemon. You can squeeze lemon. We actually got this big batch we got this whole bag of limes at the farmer's market for $1. It was crazy. It said like this table was like $1. There's like big bags of like peaches that were ripe and they're gonna go bad. And there was there was grapes and then there was limes. So I went to the lady and I was like, "Is this all $1?" And she's like, and I was like, "Is this big bag $1?" She's like, "Yep." And I was like, "Let's go." So we got all of them. I got 2 bags of peaches. I got limes. And Dorothy's like, "You're crazy. What's the matter with you?" And then we got to the house. We had to do something with them. So Dorothy squeezed the limes into a cup. We have this really cool old school machine that squeezes the limes, poured it into ice cube trays, and put it in the freezer. So anytime we wanted some lime in our water, we just dropped it in. We just dropped the ice cube in it. So that'd be great for hot water because sometimes I boil water on the stove and it's too hot to drink right away. So I could grab one of those ice cubes, drop it in, and drink that. So that's a great way. You can put herbs in there. You can put. I really like cilantro. I know there's a whole mass of it's like a cult of people that hate cilantro. I don't really understand it, but cilantro. We could throw parsley, basil in there. This summer I was growing fresh basil on the balcony, and we had fresh basil like every night. Threw that in my water. We threw that in pasta. Threw it in anywhere. And mint is a big one as well. Dorothy says I juiced them. Yeah, I guess you could say. Patricia, 1 second here. Patricia said, you guys are enjoying the show, you can hit that hearts button. I'm just hanging out. We're talking about attacking your immune system, being strong and healthy. We talked about digestion in the past. This is Complete Truth Protein. So if you guys are looking for, so many times you have a protein supplement and you drink it and then you're hungry right away. That's because that's an isolate. This is not an isolate. You can drink this, you can put this in your smoothie and you're not going to feel hungry right after you eat, which I think is pretty funny. This is a meal replacement. Many times we don't have time to make breakfast, or we don't have time to make a lunch or an afternoon snack, for example. So it would be a great time to have a smoothie with Complete Truth Protein. You can also bake with this, has a gluten-free flour. And then this one here is more for smoothies. So only 4 ingredients, very clean. It's really a nice flavor when you put it all together as well. So I'll throw this one in a smoothie, bake with this one. If you guys would like to try it, shoot us a message and we'll set you up. We can deliver if you're locally sometimes. We can ship to your house. And that's what we have going on. Many times we have gas, bloating, indigestion. You need to, constipation. Like, we need some fiber in our body. We need better quality nutrients. So you're going to feel much better having Complete Truth Protein in your diet. And you're also going to see it clearly, almost instantly. You're going to feel a boost of energy throughout the day. So that's what we have with Complete Truth Protein. Dorothy, we have 71 hearts. Good morning, Mom. My mom's in here. She said good morning. Patricia says menopausal women should get up at night and drink water if they wake up. Drink lots, sleep lots, and 2 to 1, 2 waters to 1 coffee. So if you're drinking, thanks Patricia. So if you're drinking 1 cup of coffee, you need to have 2 cups of water. And I could say like that probably never happens. Like, people that are drinking coffee, they love their coffee. A lot of cases that they don't drink water. Don't get me wrong. I know there's people out there that have 1 cup and really enjoy it. Maybe they have one or 2. I'm not saying you're not healthy if you're drinking coffee. I'm just saying that many times people are drinking coffee like 2 or 3 cups in the morning, and then 2 or 3 cups in the afternoon, and don't really consider the other things that they're putting in their body, like proper hydration. So if you're going to have coffee, it's very important to have your water next to your coffee so you are continually reminded of it. $71, we need more peeps. Yeah, well, we got 150 hearts coming in now. That's fun. Thanks, Dorothy. We got hearts flying in. We got 160. Yeah, that's fun. It's fun. It's fun. These shows are fun. That's why we do them. If we didn't like doing them, we wouldn't do them. And like, it's fun to see like the hearts go up, but it's fun to talk with you guys and communicate with you guys. We could just put videos up. Like, we have hundreds of recorded videos, but it's not as fun to do them live. So that's why we're in here, just hanging out. So if you guys are in here, you're welcome to join in on the conversation. You can ask some questions below, or you can leave some comments. And the hearts are flying. We get like 240 hearts. Yeah. What did Patricia say? She says, best cooking, baking protein. Awesome, Patricia. Thanks so much. Yeah, we so much appreciate your support. And we wouldn't be able to have the product without those in our local community, those in our followers, those of you that are following along. Excuse me. We wouldn't be able to have the show, or we wouldn't be able to have our product without your support. So we so much appreciate you helping us make it happen, and enjoying the products and telling your friends about it. Word of mouth really is everything. I think I already read that. Metabolism. Okay. What do we have going on here? Patricia says, this is wonderful, Drew. For peeps that can't go outside in the cold, we can get to watch you. That's awesome, Patricia. It's nice to be able to come on here and hang out and put these shows together. You know what's funny is, like, we never had these opportunities before, like, early on in business. Like, there wasn't a Facebook Live, and like, when I was in university, there wasn't even a Facebook. Like, does that make me sound super old? I think it does. At any rate, I think that we're in this like technology age, which I don't love for many reasons. But on the other side of the coin, like, we get a chance to do things like this, like, that we've never had the chance to do before. So it's really cool to be able to make connections and hang out and be here together, and especially if you're hanging out inside on a cold day. Okay, so we went over different oils to use. You can go back and watch that if you haven't watched it after this. We have 400 hearts. Yes, you guys are rocking it. I can't tell if that's wow. Okay, and we got thumbs up happening. Okay, we went over hydration, and I went over my tea. The other thing is soup. I wanted to mention real quick, because I'm a big soup fan, and I never really thought I was until we started to put together some really nice combinations of soup. I was like, soup is like kind of bland and boring. Like, don't get me wrong, my grandma used to make the most amazing soups. My mom makes a beautiful borscht. Pretty sure that recipe came from grandma. Is that true, Mom? And then we have my aunt makes a really good soup. It's like a family thing to have soup, so I do enjoy soup. You always go to grandma's house and she had soup on the stove, which is pretty cool. My mom does a lot of soups as well, so I really like those little barley things in soup. At any rate, so thanks for the hearts, guys. We're almost at 500. So with soup, so we have a little different mindset when it comes to soup, or I do anyway. So when it comes to soup, I put coconut oil. Dorothy says, I definitely got you on the soup train. Dorothy really enjoys the soup as well. You know what I would really enjoy is like a carrot dill soup. I love carrot dill soup. Or like, there's another one like a basil, like a tomato basil maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm a big soup fan. So, but when it comes to when you're not feeling well, like my soups are very simple. So all I do is put, I see the comments coming on here. Okay, let me read the comments, and then I'll tell you what I do for a soup. What is that? Dorothy says, I'm pretty sure it was the green detox soup that had you sold on soup. The green detox soup, which I'm going to talk about in part here shortly, is amazing. And it's crazy because so many people are like, will turn their nose up because it's green. And it's just because it's green doesn't mean anything. It tastes amazing. So let me pull these. I'll tell. Whew. Whoa, almost nap time. I just woke up. Okay, I'm going to tell you about my green detox soup in a second here. Share recipe from Mom. It takes years of practice to get the perfect one. Okay, I have that, Patricia. It's in a PDF, I think, and I will see if I can get that to you, because I'm not able to, like, I don't know exactly what's in it. I've never made borscht myself. Fortunately, I have family members that make it fantastically, so I don't have to. But it's always something I will look forward to during the season, so I will see. I'll definitely get that recipe to you. Dorothy says, working on that one. Yes, Dorothy says she's working on a carrot dill recipe for her cookbook. So Dorothy's been working on her cookbook. It's so much work to put a book together. I'm going to do a short video on my personal page. Some of you might be watching on my personal page, but I'll tell you real quick. I wrote on my personal page. I says, why do books have such a perceived low value? And people were like angry. Like, how could I possibly say that? And like, first of all, I was stating a fact, not my opinion, because people do have a low perceived value of books. I'll tell you here real quick, is that, like, don't get me wrong, I'm on the book side. I'm an author. I've written 3 books, and I'm writing another one right now. 2 of them are on Amazon. Yeah, 2 of them are, 3 I have 3 books on Amazon right now. You can go and find them. I co-authored a book called Elevate Your Health. I wrote Detoxify Yourself, and I wrote Random Thoughts for business owners and entrepreneurs. They're all don't cost much at all. So if you want to go to Amazon, you can find them. If you want a physical copy, you can send me a message. And I used to have one in this drawer for this specific reason, but I'm working on the soup chapter now, so you have lots. Awesome. So, all right, so I'm a big book fan, but the perceived value of books is so small. It's so small. I was going to say, if you want a physical copy of a book, you can shoot me a message, and I will send you a book if you're interested, if you want to buy one. I should say that. So perceived value of books, for example, like Amazon kind of ruined the book industry a bit. So to be like, it used to be like really cool to be an author, and like pretty much anyone could write a book now. And I went to this workshop, and this guy calls himself an author. It was kind of ridiculous. He wrote a book with like he wrote a book that was there was nothing in the book. And then he was like experimenting on how to be a Amazon bestseller. And he figured that out in in an hour. you get a bunch of reviews, and he had like 3 pages, and he was Amazon bestseller. So that ruins. So being able to like be call yourself a real author, like anyone could publish anything. It could be 2 pages. You put on Amazon, you're an author. So that lowers the perceived value of being an author. Also, the books are only like you can't really make money on books, to be honest with you. You do it for branding, you do it to share information, you do it to give away free stuff, because most of us that love to write, we like to give away free stuff. So like my book is one of my books is $2, like $2.50 or $3 on Amazon. Like I'd have to sell like 100,000 of them to make anything out of it, because all the time and effort you put in. Then you go and print them, and it costs $7 to print each. So, and then you can sell them. So you sell them for $15 to $20, and shipping is $5, at least $5 to $10, depending on where you're shipping. So that's $12. If I sell it for $15, that's a $3 profit. So like it's not like books aren't really going to get you rich, but you have to understand that the perceived value is so low that people don't want to pay $15. They don't want to pay $20 for a book, and we know that because I had a conversation last week with someone that was like, "Can I get one of your books?" I said, "Sure." It's $20. It's $20 is full price, and then it's $10 shipping, so $30 for this book. She said, "No thanks, it's not in my budget," which is fine. I'm just telling you that, like, I know from being an author for years now, is that people won't pay money. They won't pay a lot of money for books in most cases. They'll pay $3 to get it on Kindle, or they'll pay $7 on sale. And then I'm going to end this little explanation here, for example, in a minute. And then you go to those, you go to libraries, and they're they're selling books for like 25 cents. Or you're going to thrift stores, and they have stacks of books that sorry, I've seen all these hearts and all these. We're almost at 1,000 hearts. I've seen all these hearts and comments. So you go to thrift stores, and there's books everywhere for 10 cents. So the perceived value of books is very low. That's all I was saying. And I thought to myself, why is it so low? Like authors put in so much time and effort into these books, and people don't want to buy them. So I just thought to myself, like, why is it so low? Anyways, that's what I got. It was a bit eye-opening to me that people were like angry, like, why would you say something like that? And I'm like, because it's true. Okay, we got some comments coming on here. Dorothy says, I'll go backwards here because some of you might have book comments. Dorothy says, I've watched you pour hours and hours into writing books. I think that people don't know how hard it is to write a book. Yeah, without question. And I think that's what I was getting at, Dorothy, is that, so Dorothy's been putting in almost a couple of years now. It's been a while. Like, Dorothy's been putting in hours and hours. She was getting up at 5 in the morning, writing for an hour. And then she was going to school to teach. And then she was doing true form stuff in the evening. So, the books are endless hours. And I know people are like really excited for Dorothy to get her book out there, but it just takes time and effort. She's going to keep doing it, and she's going to finish it without question. So that's you can look forward to that. Dorothy says, I wish we could price books based on the effort that's poured into them. Without question. You can. I mean, you could, but then no one would buy it if your book was like $40. Or you have to spend your whole life building your brand and building your business till you have like 1 million followers, and then you could sell books at whatever price you want. You know what I found out at this workshop is that to be a New York Times bestseller, all you have to do is buy a large stack of books for, I think it's 3 weeks in a row. So, and then they said that if you see like a little dagger on the sticker that says New York Times bestseller, that means that large stacks of books have been, so maybe 20,000 books week 1, 20,000 books week 2, 20,000 books week 3. Now you're a New York Times bestseller. But if you have millions of dollars, like some of these authors do, then you can buy yourself into being a New York Times bestseller. But the thing is, once you get all kinds of free publication. You get to be in any bookstore you want. The publisher's going to love you and ask you to write another book. So, I mean, there's benefits to it, but you basically bought yourself into a New York Times bestseller. And it seems a bit shady to me, but that's how the world works. Patricia says, you're a wonderful role model and powerhouse. I'm guessing you're talking to Dorothy, Patricia. She certainly is. Okay, collect. I'm going to catch up on these comments here. Thanks for the comments, guys. Keep them coming. The hearts were at 1,100 hearts. You guys are amazing. Patricia says, to collect. I love collecting what I read. And peace, Anthony. Wow, that's a log of reads. I missed that, Patricia. Collecting books. I like to collect books too. You know, it's interesting. We kind of minimalized our life, but I was collecting. We got all these books from guests for coming on the show. Publicists send me books, and I was collecting these books. I would keep them, and then we kind of minimized, and I had all these books, and like it was kind of a dream of mine to have a whole library of books in my house, but just didn't seem to fit our lifestyle. So I had all these new books, brand new books, and I was asking people if they wanted them. People would come by the house to pick up some products. You want to take some books with you? Some people did, but I probably had 25 brand new books and like 25 used and old books. And I took whatever was left to the library, and I said, do you guys want these books? They took 3 books, 3 new books. And they're good. They're nice books. They're brand new books. They're beautiful books. I love books. And they didn't take them. They're like, no, we can't use these. We don't have enough room in our library. And I was like, what am I going to do with all these books? So I went around and I put them in those little houses, those little book, like take a book, leave a book kind of thing. And so many of those were jam-packed with books. And I'm just like, nah, I drive them crazy. I'm like, why don't these books have homes? Books should have homes. So I would collect them too. We got Annette in here. Thanks for your comment, Annette. Annette said, I'm making soup today. Chicken veg. Borscht is the best. My mom made soup. I did for my family and still do. Awesome, Annette. That is so great to hear. And then Dorothy says she is working on her. We completely got off the soup train. Dorothy said, Drew, I'm working on the soup chapter now, so you'll have lots to share. Awesome. Dorothy has tons of recipes coming up. I want to see what it shows on my. Look at all those hearts coming in. You guys are crazy. So with soup, so we have a little. So you'll have lots to share. Awesome. Oh. Dorothy has tons of recipes. I had to turn that off. My phone is hooked up to. I got this new program, not new program, but program that we always use, and you can now show your phone, which is pretty cool. I can show my phone on the screen if I wanted to. Okay, Dorothy is working on her recipe book. We should do. I know we will do some pre-orders or pre-sales coming up because it does cost a lot of money to purchase a big stack of books. So if you want to pre-order those, we will be opening that up soon once Dorothy gets a little bit closer. So you can be one of the first to get one of her books, which I think a lot of people will be. My mom says, there's that integrity thing again. Yeah, there's not a lot of integrity. You know what the hardest part about that whole conference was? Is that there wasn't a lot of integrity, but people loved it. People ate it up. They were like, but the problem is I think they prey on like desperate people. Like I think there's a lot of people there that were like desperate. Like I have to make this business work. I have to make this job work. And these people are like, great, pay me $10,000 and I'll show you how to make it work. And they're like, oh, actually, I only have $500. Like, don't worry, we'll put you on a payment plan. It was crazy to see something like that. These guys were like, at least they were perceived. I don't know. Like, I could only expect. Like, they are, one of the main guys had pictures with celebrities, and he put these big workshops together with hundreds of thousands of people. So I'd have to believe that they've got money. And the way people were throwing money, everyone bought a tie. Everyone bought a book. He sold out of books. His books were priced at $34, and people didn't have a problem throwing money at him. And I was just like, they're like snakish types of individuals that only cared about sales. There was no integrity. Sales. There was no integrity. There was no heart or emotion put into what they did, and people absolutely ate it up. And it's like mind-boggling to me. I'm like, are we doing something wrong because we care? I'm like, these guys don't care, and they're making millions. And I'm like, and there's people like us, people that care, and they're like struggling to pay your bills. And it's like, you know, like what? Like it just seems like a backward world. All right. Dorothy said, I had no idea. That's crazy. You can buy yourself into the New York Times bestseller list. Yeah, money can buy just about anything, right? Like, of course, money doesn't buy love. Anna Nicole might have a different opinion on that. Okay. Yeah, Dorothy. Oh, the lending library, right? Patricia said that too. That's what it's called. The lending library. Yeah, for sure. I love those. It's such a great idea. I wish people would use them more, but I came with backup. 2,000 hearts. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the hearts coming in. John says, John, are you in here? Did I miss your a comment, John? Dorothy says, good morning, John. I hope you're keeping warm. Okay, so the whole soup thing, for like the soup in particular, all I do is put in coconut oil into a pan, and then I put in like what you want in there. For me, I put tons of garlic in there for immune system. For example, I put ginger in there, and I don't know if ginger's in the green detox soup recipe in particular. Dorothy, if you have the chance or are able to, could you drop that link in the comments, and I'll pull it on the screen. But we put kale in there. I actually put bok choy in there. Green peppers, red peppers. Peppers are really high in vitamin C, for example. Then I put parsley in there, which is detoxing, and onion. Like I put white onion in there. So I let a lot of that saute in the pan, like the coconut oil, and then the ginger and the garlic. I let that saute, and then hey Jennifer, Dorothy says, hey guys, if you're in here, let us know. It'd be nice to know who's checking out the show. If you guys have any questions, we're talking about supporting your immune system. Cody is moving. Look out. He's moving. Oh, that's a big morning for him. Good boy, Cody. How you doing, Cody? Wow! He's going to go right back to sleep. Oh, we love Cody. He is so funny. Okay. So, our green detox soup, we do have a full recipe for it. Whoa, there's a little bit of honey down there. So we do have a full recipe for it, but it's really simple. And for me, I'm like, throw everything but the kitchen sink in the soup, because the more nutrients you get, the better. I'm not a big fan of meats in soup. Like some people like their stew, so I think stew comes with red meat. Even like chicken soup, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people really like chicken soup or chicken noodle soup. So I would stay away from that. But if you want to have that, like bone broth is really good for you. Sometimes we'll get a chick, like the odd day, like every other month, we'll get like a rotisserie chicken, and we'll boil the bones afterwards. But for the most part, like we use chicken stock or chicken broth, or sorry, not veggie broth or veggie stock. And all we do is put the, this is really cool. Check this out. So we take all this, we save our scraps. So if you were peeling carrot, you wash the carrot, then you peel the carrot and you save the carrot scraps. If you're chopping up broccoli and there's some broccoli that you don't want in, like the leaves or the little stems, you put that into like a compost bag. We put that in the freezer. And then you put all your scraps, like sweet potatoes are really nice. Sweet potato skins, garlic, onion skins. All we do is take that and we put it into a crock pot and fill it up with water and let that boil all day. It smells beautiful. It warms up the house. Makes it smells that you got that nostalgic aroma in there. It just makes you feel better. And then from there you have your veggie stock. It's beautiful. So that's what we do. And then you can freeze it as well. So that's something that we do all the time. That's something that we recommend. I'm going to read your comments here in a second. Keep your comments coming in. Keep those hearts coming in. Thank you so much. Cody's moving again. Okay, so that's all we use for our broth. So I put that coconut oil in the pan. I saute up the onions, the garlic, the ginger. Those are all great for the immune system. Then I put in the harder veggie. I put in a little bit of broth in the bottom so they don't burn, so that stuff doesn't burn after the coconut oil kind of simmers away. Put a little bit of broth in the bottom, a veggie stock or veggie broth, and then I'll throw in the celery and I'll throw in some, if the onions aren't already in there, I'll throw in the onions and carrots and throw those in because they take a long time to cook. And then from there, I throw in some more broth, and I throw in some other stuff. Like the bok choy doesn't take long to cook, for example. The peppers don't take a long time to cook. The peppers, like the green, red, orange peppers, I don't think it's in the particular green detox recipe in particular, but I want to throw them in for your immune system, for the vitamin C. So, but they do get a bit mushy. So a lot of people are like, I can't handle that. So don't throw them in if you're like a texture person. But for me, I just, in most cases, I eat for nutritional value. Dorothy says, I love Cody. Cody's the star of the show. He didn't even do anything. He woke up and yawned, and now he stole the show. Unbelievable. Hey, Brian. Brian's in here. Nice to see you, Brian. Thanks for saying hi. If you guys are in here and you want to say hi, quick shout out, see how you doing. It'd be nice to know who's watching. I know there's a handful of you in here. I love your little picture there, Brian. Look at that little adorable little munchkin. Jennifer says, I'm currently so bleep. So I thought I would check in. Awesome, Jennifer. Thanks for joining us here. We're just talking about strengthening your immune system, feeling better. I got a list written down over. I went over essential oils that you could use. A few of my favorites are RC, Immune Power, Oregano, and Thieves. Those are 4 must-haves for me, at least. I just went over soup, hydration, and soup. Or I went over hydration and then soup. So hopefully you're welcome to go back and check those out, Jennifer. Once this is over, you can go back and watch the replay. If anyone's watching, just let us know in the comments that you are watching the replay. Let's see what else we have here. Dorothy said, we got our veggie noodle soup recipe. That's basically chicken noodle soup without chicken. I love mushrooms instead of chicken. That's a good point. Dorothy loves mushrooms. She'll have mushrooms on just about anything. We're almost at 3,000 hearts. That's crazy. Oh, this is a good one. And yeah, Dorothy loves mushrooms. Putting mushrooms in soup is fantastic. Bin fun. Stay warm and drink Drew's blend. Sounds perfect with soup. Thanks, Patricia. And then Patricia says, thanks, Dorothy. Here's the link. Oh, he's moving. Oh, see, he knocked the blanket off. He doesn't like the blanket. But I want him to use the blanket because the couch. But he always kicks the blanket away and off. I don't see the problem. Cody, why don't you use the blanket? The blanket's comfortable. It's cozy. Cody. Nothing. Again, nothing. No love. Okay, so here's the green detox soup. It's amazing. Jennifer, you should check that out. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to try it, it's amazing. We make the green detox soup at our workshops, and people love it. And it's funny is that when we first make it, people are like, that's got a whole lot of green stuff in it. And then they taste it, and they're like, oh my gosh. And you can see, I am watching people's faces and watching their face, and they're like, their eyes light up, and they're like, wow, this is fantastic. It really is. And I don't know why. I think it's just the different flavor combinations that we put together to make that amazing. Okay, there's a green detox soup. It's in the comments. You can click on that. It'll take you there. All of our recipes are on our website, trueformlife.com. Sorry, trueformlife.com. My mom says he wants you to come and play. Nah, he doesn't really play. He doesn't really do much. That's what he does. Oops. He really likes to eat. He knows what time it is to eat. He really likes to eat. And he really likes to sleep. That's about it. I take him for 2 to 3 walks a day. His leg is bothering him a bit. I'm actually going to take him to physio. Yes, dogs go to physio. I'm going to take him to physio soon. I was supposed to take him this morning, but we had another appointment come up. So I'm going to take him tomorrow, I hope. Where's Bear? Bear is in the backyard. He's probably upset at me by now because I would take him for WALK at least an hour ago. So there's a very good chance he's standing at the door when are you coming out? Very good chance. So he's not happy with me this morning. Bear's the neighbor's dog. This is our friend's dog. And okay, Patricia says, I let the kids try my green drinks. And then she says, first they smell, but then after they want it all. Run. Thanks for sharing, Patricia. Dorothy says, yeah, Cody keeps to himself, Hilda. Doesn't like to play much. I like to cuddle with him, but he doesn't like it. Doesn't like it much. Yeah, Cody's not really a cuddler. Doesn't really like cuddling. I don't know. He's just a different kind of dog. I don't know if he didn't get cuddles when he was younger, or he's not really a cuddler. Definitely doesn't play. He'll play for like 2 minutes. Maybe he'll run around a bit and be like, yeah, I think he doesn't know how to play. It's funny. Like you can tell like dogs that are around more people than dogs. Like so, Bear really likes other dogs. He loves to play with dogs. Like the owners of other dogs like try to pet Bear, and Bear's like, "What are you doing? Like I don't try to pet you." But he'll love to play with other dogs. So, but then you take Cody for example, that he doesn't know what to do or play with other dogs. Like he's always around people, so he doesn't really understand the whole playing aspect. Patricia says Cody needs Young Living oils for pain, Dorothy. I think there are oils specifically for dogs. You have to correct me if I'm wrong. I've never tried them or used them, but you should. Dorothy will know better than I would. My mom says, how old is Cody? I think he's 10, 9 or 10. He's not that old. He's just not a high energy dog like Max is. Max, or we have a family dog, Max. He's a black lab, got a little bit of shepherd in him, but he's high energy. Like he's high energy. He looks really young. He looks great. He's jumping around. He's having fun. But like Cody's just not high energy. He just like could care less to like move around or run or play, or like he likes to go for a couple UWALKs, but that's about it. Dorothy says Bear will get over it quickly. He doesn't stay mad doesn't stay mad for very long, I think you're saying. Yeah, so Dorothy says there's a whole pet line of Young Living. Patricia says, whole pet line, very impressive. Yeah, they got everything. They got a pretty good thing going on there. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the comments. You guys, I really appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me this morning. I used to do these alone, and then Dorothy started doing them with me. And now it's like, ooh, now I'm like a little nervous. Like if I'm alone, I'm like, oh, I wonder if anyone's going to come in or say anything or ask questions. Because if you don't, you're basically just sitting here talking to the camera or Cody, which is both a bit lonely. So that's our green detox soup. I dropped a link there below. You can definitely check that out. And I'm not going to stay on here too much longer. I did want to mention we have our detox coming up. So this detox, we're starting it this week. And if you're interested in joining us for a detox, we're going to help you improve your digestion. So clear out all that refined sugar, all that processed food, all that holiday nonsense. It's still with us. If we don't do something to get rid of it, flush that out of our system, it's still going to be with us. So we're going to help you gain energy, feel better, improve digestion, mental clarity. We can help improve and strengthen that immune system. So if you're interested, let us know in the comments or shoot us a private message if you'd like to try. Our detox coming up this weekend. So we want to do a soft launch. We want to get people into the detox, understand what's going on, how it's going to work, and then from there we will launch our group officially, and we will feel great. We've put these groups together in the past, and they go over so well. We always get really nice comments of how people take tools for life, and they really feel more confident and comfortable, having more control of their own body and their own health. So that's something we're passionate about and really what we're really about. We don't feel like you have to use our services forever. We want to give you tools to use forever. We do have some great products. We have Complete Truth Protein you can bake with, and then we have Complete Truth Protein with maca and stevia in it as well. So this is more for smoothies. This is for baking, and these will help you improve digestion. So a lot of times we have to deal with gas, bloating, indigestion. If you struggle with those at all, we can definitely help you out. And these products will make a difference in your lives. Thanks everyone and cute Cody. So Dorothy put it here, the green detox smoothie. Our green smoothie is wonderful for the immune system as well. That's actually on my list. Thank you, Dorothy. See, Dorothy's even helping out while she's not here with me. So you can click on the link below for our green smoothie. That's something else that was very important to me. Like this last couple of days, I haven't been feeling great. So I was like, I have to attack my immune system right now and do even more things that we usually do. So green smoothie, without a doubt, is one of them. In that green smoothie recipe, we have ginger and turmeric. We have parsley, cilantro, and we have cucumber, celery, a little dash of cayenne pepper, and we have lemon. So that is going to smash your immune system. It's got tons of antioxidants. It has phytonutrients. It's going to make you feel fantastic, even if you aren't feeling great. So it'll give you like a little tiny boost of energy. People that just start on it feel like they get like a little like emotionally high from it, but there's many different reasons. There's many different reasons to implement a green smoothie. We recommend having one every day. That's not in it for you. That's not something that you can do right now at the moment. Then just do it while you're not feeling well, at least for this time. And we've done this in other groups. So this is something that we're going to implement in our detox group coming up here this weekend. So if you're interested in trying it, you understand like having that supportive community means a lot. So you have like-minded individuals. You can ask questions. You don't have to feel alone, that you're doing this alone, that you don't have any help or support. It's not a standalone product. We'll be helping you out every day. So we're going to help you understand how to make a green smoothie recipe, how you can make it taste better. This is just quick snippets of what I'm going over, right now at the moment. So definitely try a green smoothie. Thanks for putting that in there, Dorothy. So you can click on that link below. I'm telling you, like, even if it doesn't sound great, just try it. And if you need some help or support, join our detox, because it's going to make a difference in your life, and you are going to feel better. 4,000 hearts. Our hearts are rolling in. I'm feeling good. What do we got here? Patricia says, best teamwork ever. Thanks, Patricia. We definitely are a team. My mom says, still got it, true. Great show. Have a great day, everyone. Stay warm. Thanks, Mom. You too. Stay warm out there. I think it's Patricia says like minus 38 or minus 40 or something madness over there. So if you're interested, shoot us a private message in our detox that's starting this weekend, or you can let us know in the comments below, and we'll set you up with more details. Dorothy says, yes, we do make a good team. Okay, so the only thing left on my list is mindset. So the last topic here of mindset is that I think that for us, like, I don't or try very seldomly to use the word S-I-C-K or F-L-U. I just don't use the words, and I feel like the things that we have to understand our minds, for example. So our minds are able to, we're able to visualize things in our minds. And by visualizing things, we can turn them into reality. Now, I'm not one of those hokey types of people that is like, just think about it for a while and it's going to come true. I feel like it takes a lot of hard work and dedication and sacrifices to make things happen in your life, but it will never happen without starting with your mind. It has to start with your mindset. You think of something first, then you usually start talking about it, then your actions start to represent what you're talking about, and then those things turn into reality. Like, it's a clear, proven, scientific system that happens while we use it like a spiritual word called manifestation. So when we're talking about like, oh, it's FLU season, or everyone's like, I am so SICK, like, we are manifesting that in our lives. We're bringing that about. And you can see it everywhere. You see it in the workplace, you see it at schools, you see it in families or in homes. So I feel like that has a lot to do with why it goes from one person to the other, not just because it's like a virus and it's like in the air and we're breathing someone else's air or they're contagious. I don't think that is 100% reality. I think that has a small percentage to do with it, but you have to understand the things that we think in our head, like, oh my gosh, so-and-so isn't feeling well. Well, I'm not going to be feeling well soon. Or or that's going around the office, I'm going to get it soon. You have to understand, like, you're bringing that into your life. So don't use the words that are going to help bring that to fruition in your life, or Dorothy would call it fruitation. And that, I'm very passionate about that. I highly believe in the mind. I've been reading mind books since I was 18, and I think it is so powerful. Dorothy and I had this conversation of what we wanted in life. Like, I always wanted to have a Cadillac. That was one of my dreams as a kid. We wanted to have a beach house. We've been working towards a beach house for 5 years. The smaller goals, like Dorothy's training for a triathlon. We have financial goals. We have personal goals. Everything that we have thought about and talked about, written down and took action towards, we have been able to do. If we look at our lives, the things that we've been able to accomplish all started from a mindset and a vision of believing. So if you believe you're not going to be feeling well, you're not going to be feeling well. Everything's going to take you towards that direction. So if that's your mindset of like, I feel horrible, or I'm going to get this, or this is going to come along soon, it's going to come. So we have to change the words, or we have to change our mindset. We have to change the words that are coming out of our mouth, which will also help change our actions. And then we have to change those actions to create different outcomes in our life. So that is my whole mindset. That's my mindset, and what I believe in thinking. And I think that's hard for a lot of people to deal with, because then the accountability is 100% on us. That it's us alone. You can't put it on someone else. It's not someone else's fault. It's 100% ours. We don't want that accountability. And maybe you don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Someone's got to tell you, we have to take accountability for our own actions, for the things that happen in our lives. We have to take that against. No one else's fault. We're not victims of circumstance. The things that happen in our life happen because of the decisions that we make. There's a very small percentage of external circumstances that happen that we can't control. A very small percentage, but in most cases, we can get around them, we can prevent them, or we can have a different outlook in the future. Now we got a couple of comments here. Patricia says, "Go, Dorothy and Drew. Your dreams are coming true." Thanks for sharing with all of us. We learn from others. We definitely learn from others, Patricia. We learn from our environment. We learn from what we hear, what we listen to, what we speak. So just think about, for example, if you woke up and you listened to a motivational video every morning, would you be motivated? Or what if you had affirmations that you spoke, with your kids, for example? Do you think they would be strong and confident and maybe less of an introvert? I don't know. Don't get me wrong. That's not negative. I'm an introvert at heart, but just think about your environment. If everyone in your environment isn't feeling well, then you're not going to be feeling well. So start spending time with more people that feel better. You have to understand, think about your immune system, and if you're not feeling well all the time, there's an issue with that. You shouldn't be not feeling well all the time. You should be feeling great. Our bodies were meant to be full of energy, alive and vibrant, full of life. So if you have a weak immune system, if you're always if you're always feeling horrible, then you have to understand it has everything to do with the foods that you're putting in your body, the mindset that you have, the environment that you put yourself in. So you have to find new friends or new family. You have to be around people that are more positive and are doing things that you want to do. Patricia says accountability. Yeah, absolutely. It's everything. Everything is about accountability. And that's something else we want to cover in our detox group here coming up this weekend. So we're going to talk about mindset a little bit. We're going to talk about what I've been going over here in this whole presentation, in this whole morning live. We're just hanging out talking, but we need to build our immune systems back up. We need to flush out toxins through proper detoxing, and we need to give you lifelong tools that will change your life and will help you improve and take you to where you want to be. And I think most of us want to be at the next level. We just don't know how to get there. We'll show you how to get there. We'll show you exactly what it takes to feel fantastic and to have proper digestion, to have energy throughout the day, to have that clear mindset, even to sleep better. A lot of people aren't sleeping very well, and it's because we don't do these things that we're talking about. Patricia says, I have some wonderful affirmations I say with the children that they come to my day home, and you should see how healthy they become mentally. Oh my gosh, I would love to see that. Where is your day home, Patricia? Is it in Olds or Didsbury or I wouldn't mind coming in. I used to work at a daycare. Some of you might not know that. I worked at, it's not open anymore, but Shelly. She's part of our monthly membership group, and she would bring me in there once a week to do like little exercises, little workout with the kids. I did that for years. I probably did that for at least 2, maybe 3 years. And yeah, it's so much fun. Oh, she's in Olds. We'll have to come by if we're welcome, or if you're allowed visitors. But I used to work at a daycare, and it really gave me. I also worked part-time when I was in university at a daycare as well. That was kind of my first job that wasn't like construction kind of deal. But so I worked at a daycare, and I like playing around, like messing around with kids. And when we're at Dorothy's family's house, I was messing around with the kids. So I'll like chase them around the house, or so with Dorothy's, one of her younger nephews, I was chewing my food, and then I was showing him my food chewed up when no one else was looking. And then he started doing it, and then he got in trouble. So I was like, oh. They're like, I don't want to say his name, but they're like, so-and-so, don't do that. And I'm like, oops, maybe I should stop that. But then when the kids like look over at me and no one else is looking, I'll just do something like, it cracks me up because I never know what, like if you do that to an adult, like they probably think you're ridiculous. But you do it to kids and they think it's funny, and I think it's funny, so we're kind of on the same level there. But I worked at a daycare when I was in university. Then I worked at a daycare when I was after that, when I was doing my personal training, fitness, just getting started. So that was fun as well. But I think like getting kids started off with positive affirmations, and there's nothing better that you can do for the next generation. Patricia says, oh, that'd be perfect. Child care provider Drew, Boys and Girls Club has a spot. I actually tried to do a deal. I tried to have a meeting with the Boys and Girls Club when I was first starting out. And whoever the owner was, I think it was the boy. I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. But I think it's a different ownership. But they like kind of stood me up twice, 2 different times. So I didn't actually get a chance to work with them. But I heard really good things about them now. That was almost 10 years ago, if you can imagine. So I don't have any issues with them, or I think what they do is great. I just I wanted to do something with them in the past, and just never went back to it after I had a not great experience. What do we have here? Or Dorothy says airplane. Which is the airplane when I hold them up in the air? Dorothy, is that the one? I hold them up in the air and I'm like, that's fun. They love that. Patricia says, I have a boy that comes from 100 to 10 when we get our bowl and take I don't know what that means, Patricia. I have a boy that comes from 100 to 10 when we get out our bowl and take teen chiming in. Oh, you mean like he's like bouncing around and then you do some chiming and it relaxes him? I'm guessing. Oh, 4,600 hearts. That might be our biggest heart day ever. Oh, this has been fun. Cody's really enjoyed it too. Can you tell? He is so excited to be here and hang out. Dorothy says the kids love when you throw them in the air. Oh, right, yeah. It's fun because they I think a lot of times they don't experience that. I put my hands on their waist and I throw them up in there and kind of let go, and then catch them again at the bottom. Don't know how the parents feel about that. But the kids seem to enjoy it, so maybe that's why they accept it. Oh, Patricia says he has high anxiety. He has high anxiety. Yep, I got it. All right, guys, I think I should wrap things up. I could sit here and hang out for a while longer, but I don't want to. I should let you guys get on with your day. Does anyone have any questions? Have a great day, Dorothy, Patricia says. Oh, God, Dorothy's out of here too. Gotta go, guys. Okay. Thanks, Dorothy. Thanks for being here. Thank you guys so much. I want to let you guys go too. It's almost coming on. It's coming on an hour and a half here. Crazy. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. This has been fun. Thank you so much for coming on here and hanging out with me. If you have questions or if you'd like to join our detox, let us know. Shoot us a message. We'd love to have you join our detox. It's like a 10-day detox, and we got nutrition going on. We got mindset. We got we're going to make you feel better, strengthen those immune systems. We're going to build those. We're going to build those immune systems back up, and that's very important, especially at this time of year. If you're interested in Complete Truth Protein, we have some distributors around the area that we can set you up with. This is going to help improve your digestion, gas, bloating, indigestion, diarrhea, constipation. You need some good quality nutrients in your body, which is why we developed CTP. And, natural boost of energy. That's the biggest thing that we hear when customers start trying our stuff. And then oils here. That Dorothy's the oily queen around here. If you have oily questions, I mentioned some of these. I would highly recommend, we dose ourselves them daily, especially when we're not feeling well. So if you have any oily questions, shoot us a message or let us know in the comments below, and we'll get back to you. Once again, thanks, Patricia, for your participation. Thanks for hanging out. Everyone else that dropped a comment or two or a few hearts, thank you so much for being here as well. I'm just scrolling through. There's been so much happening within this hour and a half, if you can imagine. Crazy. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for your support. We definitely wouldn't be here without you guys. Let me leave you with a quote. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Nelson Mandela. This is my 2020 book. I have to be accountable to myself. My goal this year is to do more TV appearances. That's my goal. I want to do TV. I want to speak. And if I don't start talking about it, it's not going to happen. I've been thinking about it for a few years now. It's going to happen. Got to be a dreamer. I want to be a winner. Never give up. Thanks, guys. Take care.